these other instruments, because if you remember all the effects that we have seen, I think there is actually a chance that we can improve everything that we have seen. But by the way, I want to start the experiments about the gravifier too. If you really want me to do those experiments too, you should tell me right now. Let me know what you think in the comments. But what is amazing, what is totally amazing, is that everything that I'll be using is the things that I use on my device there, the Keidium Levity device. Everything that I use on that platform is what I will be using on the gravifier, and I totally believe that I will see the effects. Let me know what you think in the comments if you really want me to do the experiments as well on the gravifier. According to how I see this effect, it is more advanced that it can even almost levitate the gravifier in the air. And I am pretty sure about that. I will even try to make the videos. If you agree with me, I will try to make the videos about it. I want to try the Keidium Levity effects on different designs, designs, because if I have tried it and it has been successful on this device, I think it will be actually easy on a device which has the moving parts. Because if you have been able to make a block to affect a block, I think in some of the effects that Hutchison has said have done the experiments about, have showed us, he have done the effects which 100% seems like the effects that I've been doing on this device, but he used a lot more devices than I have used. He used a lot of devices because if you actually have seen some of his videos, he was tuning a lot of volumes or was changing the frequencies of a lot of things. I don't even know what they were, but he used a lot of things, to be honest. He used a lot of things, but we have been able to replicate that effect, but we didn't use a lot of things. This is actually the beginning. This is actually the beginning of a new era, because we have seen a lot of analysis. We have seen a lot of analysis on YouTube, which didn't help us anything, which didn't help us get anywhere in our analysis, in our experiments. So I think this is actually a good start. This is a good start in the field of anti-gravity, because everything happens so fast. I don't even know if you can actually imagine that, because I started on a little device which kind of looked at like a cup. I used a lot of poor materials that I had, and I made an anti-gravity effect when it comes to how I supply this device. That is the most important things. Today, I want to talk about everything by detail. I want to talk about everything so that you guys will be able to understand what what I'm actually talking about. Starting with the electrostatic charges. The electrostatic charges is the most important thing. It's the most important thing in everything regarding anti-gravity. I don't even know how I can say that, but electrostatic charges are way more important than I can even tell you. They are more important, like, in this process of anti-gravity, because there's nothing that we can even try to do without the electrostatic charges that can produce even a little. You may not believe me. Maybe you may not believe exactly what I'm actually saying, but I will try to make a video. Though I will try to make a video, um, explaining explaining you a lot, doing the experiments about this device where we turn on the electrostatic charges only. The first test I will try to affect things using the electrostatic charges only. It's by so far, according to my analysis, according to my expectations, I think we will not see the effects. Test 2, I will try to use the electromagnetic fields only to affect things, and I am pretty sure that you will see no effects. I will also try to do the experiments by the ultrasonic sound, and this is also some of the most important questions that I have got from some of my YouTube viewers, who asked me to do the experiments using the ultrasonic sound only to see if I can actually see the effects on that device. That is how the phenomenon works. I don't even know why, but if you have not turned on all the three circuits, using them together, you will not see any effect at all. I totally agree with that thing. You will not see any effect at all. So, uh, I'm trying to explain everything by detail. I'm trying to explain everything by detail that you guys will understand me, because a lot of people have seen some of the videos that I uploaded, and they started doing those experiments about this device, thinking that they will see the effects directly right away. No, no, no. That is not exactly how it works. Everything works by understanding. You don't gotta. I think I am. I did the same thing. I did the same thing on the gravifier, to be honest. When the first time I saw the gravifier on the internet on YouTube, I wondered how easy it will be for me to do the same effect, to replicate the same device. Um, Alexei Chekokov uploaded the videos about the gravifier. I was more interested on that thing, but I didn't understand anything. So I started doing the experiments as Alexei did. I brought the high voltage drive. He according to his circuits, I used his circuits, his schematics, even though there were some of the mistakes. I used his circuits. I brought the HV drive. I made my own Tesla coil, which was more powerful. Um, I even um, I even tried to increase the volts. I even tried to increase the volts, the watts. But what was more, what was more like shocking at that time is that even after everything that I used, I even tried to advance some of those materials, but I didn't see any effect at all. I didn't see any effects at all. I was more disappointed. I started thinking that Alexei Chekhokov's device was not real. That thing really disappointed me at that time. I remember that. But right now, according to how I understand things, I think I am able to replicate the same effects as Alexei Chekhov did, which I will also start doing in the upcoming videos. But at that time, I will not be using the same analysis as Alexei Chekhov did. Because if you also want to know some of the materials that I will be using, I will use a coil. I will use I will use some of the coils to in some of the my installations. Maybe I will give you the schematics of what I will be using in the upcoming videos. Let me know if you want them. But that design of Alexei Chekhov is not actually the same as the design that I will be using uh, by applying my own principles, by applying the Keidium Levity effect on the gravifier. I am pretty sure that we will see the effects. So going back to what I was saying, when you are applying the electrostatic charges on the Keidium Levity device, the electrostatic charges doesn't have to be like millions of volts. It doesn't have to be millions and millions of volts. What you gotta do, maybe I used to I like to use the word resonating. I like to use the word resonating, the electrostatic charges resonating with the electromagnetic fields and the ultrasonic sound. I don't even know any other correct word that I can use, but you have to apply these things works by experiment. Back to what I was saying, the you have to measure like the effect that you get on every amount of the electrostatic charges that you apply. If you remember on that first device, I didn't even see any. To be honest, I was being also discouraged by the effects that I was seeing. I thought maybe I was able to make I thought I was able to make that device levitate though. But I didn't. What was discouraging there is that I was seeing those tones. I was seeing those prans, those everything that I was levitating. I was trying to levitate there didn't levitate in the air. According to the effects, I thought maybe I would be able to make those things levitate. But what was discouraging there is that I saw only the effect, the fields that I was getting was pushing all the objects away, was pushing all the objects around. They didn't stack in the air. So that was the discouraging thing ever that I have seen, because I thought maybe I would be able to make them levitate in the air, stack in the air. You have to do whatever you can to improve the effect that you saw at first place. So that is how I think everything can be understood. Like if you are applying the electrostatic charges, you don't have to directly apply millions of volts. And you don't have to apply millions and millions of volts to directly see the effect. No, that is not how it works. You have to apply a little, step by step, to see if you can directly see the effect that you are looking for. So that was a little preview. That was a little preview on how I think the these things should be understood. I have talked about this for a long time in the latest videos too. Uh, you don't have to directly do the same as if Alexei Chekhov has told you. You have to apply electrostatic charges, Tesla coil, uh, and no, you don't have to do the same as they say it, because I think that is actually some of the tricks that really confuses us when we are trying to understand a lot of things about these UFOs, about these the gravifiers. And by doing the experiments, I personally, I think I was disappointed from Alexei Shukov a few years ago. I think the time that I saw Alexei Shukov, the time that I tried the gravifier and it didn't fly, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed, to be honest. I was disappointed by that device. I thought that maybe I should not even try to build a gravifier. But as days moved on, as I discovered the Keidium Levity effect, I think I started slowly to see what that design, the design of a laser called gravifier, what that design was actually capable of. To be honest, I that design is so innovative. I don't even know how we can say that. That design of a laser is so innovative, and it can produce a lot of effect. From the ionization, from the air ionization all the way to the moving parts that we see on the gravifier. We have the upper disc and the lower disc. Everything is so creative. So when you apply, maybe even when I try to talk about the application of the electrostatic charges, what we have to do is to supply. We don't even a little tip there on the gravifier. Even when you are applying the electrostatic charges, you don't have to directly apply. You don't have to directly charge the discs. That is a mistake. That is a mistake. Maybe in the upcoming videos, I will try to show you how I built my own gravifier, which I think is so impressive. It has an impressive design, so everything will be understandable as you do the experiments. In the electrostatic charges, you don't have to apply millions and millions of volts. You have to measure the effect that you get Every time you apply a little electrostatic charges, a little by little, you have to. That is why you need the volume. You need the volume to measure, like, where you get the effect. I think I also do that because on that device I have the volume, three volumes. The volume, the electromagnet, electrostatic charges, and the ultrasonic sound. So moving to the next application, the electromagnetic fields. Um, the electromagnetic fields. I most of the time I apply the electrostatic charges and the electromagnetic fields at the same time. There's no effect. There's not that much effect when you apply them at the same time. But it will be better. It will be better if you apply. Um, Even though I do it that way, even though I apply them at the same time, it will be better if you apply the electrostatic charges and then slowly apply the electromagnetic fields, and then finally you apply the electrostatic charges. The electromagnetic fields that the experience about the electromagnetic fields is also a little bit confusing. How can I say that? The electromagnetic fields is also like you have to do the same as you did on the electrostatic charges. A little by little, you have to control the volume. You have to control the volume and see the effects that you are seeing by applying a little of the by increasing the amount of the electrostatic charges that you are applying in the platform. I personally I have not done a lot of experiments about the electromagnetic fields. I have done a lot of experiments about the ultrasonic sound, but the electromagnetic field personally, what I think it does on the what I think it does on the effects on the circuit in the device is that, like, I always talk about this thing, the because first of all we have applied the electrostatic charges. We have applied the electrostatic charges, um which has ionized the air. So what the electromagnetic fields do, you don't directly have to maybe use the AC electromagnetic fields. No, that is not how it done. That is not exactly how it is done. You have to measure, like, that is why you use the volume. You have to measure the most effective area of the volume. That is why you control the amount of the electromagnetic fields that you apply in the highly charged area. By applying, we have first applied the electrostatic charges, and we are adjusting the amount of the electromagnetic fields that we will be applying in the highly charged area that we have. I don't think you actually understand what I'm saying. Like, the electromagnetic fields, what it does, it highly affects the area that we have applied the electrostatic charges. That is a well-known thing, even the ChatGPT knows about. So you have to measure, like, you have to control the amount of the electromagnetic fields that you are applying. By that, you will actually see the effect on the right on the right area of the volume. If you want the detailed information on how this device works, I have a lot of advanced schematics, which I personally give to the supporters of this project. You can directly text me on my email. I should give you I will give you the schematics and the internal pictures of this device if you want to, and even the pictures of my circuits. Moving to the third volume that I use, It is the ultrasonic sound. Ultrasonic sound is far the most used thing in the experiments of anti-gravity. I'm not talking about the effects that you see on the net where people levitate little object, the smallest objects that I've seen by using the ultrasonic sound. That is not exactly how these things work. You don't have to no, that is I personally don't consider that as anti-gravity. That effect is not anti-gravity, to be honest. That is also another discouraging effect. Mm. Even I have talked about this the electro let me talk a little bit about the electromagnetic fields. I have talked about the gravifier have the same phenomenon of the electromagnetic fields, but the reason that I say that that design of the gravifier is more advanced is that um like Alexei have done whatever he can be able to control all the three things that we have talked about. He controlled the electromagnetic fields. No, he controlled the electrostatic charges by applying how like he have the volume. He controlled the electromagnetic field. The way he controlled the electromagnetic field is way more advanced. That is why I say that this man was a genius, to be honest. And the way he came up with the idea of the design is so innovative. He applied the way he controlled the motors decides the amount of the electromagnetic fields he will get when he spin the magnets on the stationary plate, on the stationary disc of aluminum. When he spins, I don't think you actually understand that scenario there. When he spin the disc, which has magnets underneath the stationary plate, that phenomenon actually gives the amount of the electromagnetic fields according to the speed the magnets are moving on around that stationary disk. That process actually gives out even a little bit different type of electromagnetic fields, because at this time we are producing the electromagnetic fields by spinning the magnets on the stationary disks. We are getting a lot more effect, because we have, first of all, we have the magnetic fields of the neodymium magnets, and we also get the resonating, which I can say that it is a resonating electromagnetic fields by moving the magnetic the by the by moving the neodymium magnet around the stationary disk. That scenario there was so innovative. I don't know why. That is the if you didn't understand exactly how the magnetic fields were applied to the gravifier, that is exactly the method that Alexei Chekhov used. And I personally think the fields that we have on the fields that we have on the that we get on the gravifier when we use, like, if we didn't use the stationary disk, which is aluminum, maybe like if you use a plastic stationary disk, he would never have seen any effect of anti-gravity, because the fields that the these neodymium magnet field the neodymium magnets produce, I don't think they are effective when it comes to the anti-gravity effect. They are not. That is the reason why he used an aluminum stationary disc, which also has a big size. Mm, the amount, I think, in my own opinion, I think, like, if you want to increase the amount of the electromagnetic fields that you get, you have to increase the size of stationary aluminum plate that you have. The size, if you use the big size, you will actually get a lot of electromagnetic fields, and you will also be able to control them. You will also be able to control them because um you have the moving neodymium magnets on the discs, on the lower disc. So that is actually another effective thing that I've seen. So we have the electromagnetic fields, we have the electrostatic charges, and we gotta go on the fourth. We gotta go on on the third topic, which is the ultrasonic sound. Ultrasonic sound is a lot more advanced, to be honest. It's a lot more advanced because I have seen a lot of a lot of experiments about anti-gravity where they used the ultrasonic sound. Even in these big devices like the the OTCX1, these devices, uh, I think they somehow kinda like they used some of these effects of the ultrasonic sound on the. I think you also know that you can also produce this kind of sound. There's some of the ways that they kind of use the same effect in the OTCX1. I don't think you actually know that shit. But I think they used the same effect in some of the experiments, in some of the at some point. I think they used the ultrasonic sound in the OTCX1. They used that effect. I am pretty sure about that. In the stationary, in the on the state on that uh, that thing which are the moving disc, the center, which is in the center. I think they used the ultrasonic sound, which was produced from there, all the way to the whole platform. So the ultrasonic sound, we're gonna go on the gravifier. The gravifier also has the ultrasonic sound, as you actually know that. Um, so the only reason that I try to also use the ultrasonic sound on my platform is that, like, when you actually see the design that I have, we have seen the gravifier also has the same effect too. Like when you see how can I say that? Like how the gravifier, how the ultrasonic sound is arranged on the gravifier, the buzzer. The ultrasonic sound is facing down. I have I have a unique design which I think can work with the ultrasonic sound so well. Because on my platform we have the buzzer on the bottom of the box. That design is is way more powerful um than using the buzzers, than using the buzzers on both sides. Because I have the buzzer downward, which produces the waves going upward and affecting the highly charged area, which is also being affected by the electromagnetic fields on the sides. I don't think you can actually imagine like how powerful that phenomenon is. We have the highly charged area inside the box, and we also have the electromagnetic fields which are being produced, which are even strongest around the area. And we also got the horse. There's also a little advance that I've done. I don't think I've told you about that. I will show you the pictures. I will show you the pictures on the horns of this device. I have on each horn, I have the electromagnetic fields on each horn of this device. That is how everything is arranged. I have the horns, I have the electromagnetic coils on every hole of this device. I have done that to increase the effect that I saw on the radio devices that I had. So that thing is really more powerful. When you do that, I think every every Revity effect that we see is more advanced. Because I tried to use the electromagnetic fields in a way which was more powerful. Because if you use that way, I don't know how can I say that. Like we have the electromagnetic fields, and we also have the highly charged area, which is also being pushed downward by the ultrasonic sound, which is coming upward and penetrating in those holes. I have seen some of the UFOs which also have the same design of the holes. I don't think they also use the same effects, especially on the triangular crafts that we have seen, like the craft which appeared in the Arizona, at night. And that platform also had holes which gave light, which gave tremendous light when it was about to take a quick travel, when it was about to disappear in the air. I don't really know. Maybe I don't know about those devices, but they also have horse. Um, maybe they use the same effects, like some of my like this device of mine. And when we even get to the story, I didn't talk about this man so much in my videos. A man called Viktor Grebennikov. Grebennikov is also some of my main uh, center of research, because he also have seen the effects. He also have seen the effects which kind of find their ways into each kind of looks like my own. Which kind of looks at the effects that I see on my own path. He did a lot of effects using the same horse that I have used in some of his devices actually. When you even, I don't know, I don't know if I have the pictures. I don't know if I have the pictures of his platform underneath, but they also said that he had horse. It had some horse underneath, which also produced the effect of rotation. I think personally, I think kind of like his research is way more similar to my own research. Because if I want, because like I'm doing the research in the fields of anti-grav. If I really find, like I said in the beginning, if I really, how can I say that? If I find if I experience a lot more effect, more advanced effect on this upside of of my platform, I am pretty sure that I will be able to make this platform levitate. Because as I like, I don't know if I can I don't have a lot of diagrams which actually demonstrate what I'm saying, but this platform when it is activated, it produces a lot of longest Revity fields. I don't know if I can call them the electromagnetic fields because they are they change their behaviors when they operate together with the electrostatic charges and the ultrasonic sound. So I call them the derivative fields. So when this platform is turned on, it produces a lot of derivative fields. I have which actually have unusual behaviors. To be honest, everything regarding anti-gravity is so scary, to be honest. Because in the latest videos I have talked about the experiences that I see when I try to put my face in the fields of this platform. When I try to put my face in the fields of this platform, I kind of feel a little bit like unusual feelings. Every time I put my face in these fields, I at the time I don't even think it is actually better to get closer, because I don't think it is a good idea, because it may have some negative effects on, like, on your body. That's why I go in a distance when I am measuring the fields by putting my face in the fields, or or waving my hand over the platform. So this platform is way more advanced. I have talked a lot about how it is applied, the way that I apply the electrostatic charges, the way that I apply the ultrasonic sound and the electromagnetic fields. You also have to do the experiments if you really want the schematics of my device, the internal features of this device. If you want the pictures of the circuits, if you also want the advanced schematics of this device, you can directly, like, text me on my email. We can talk a lot about it later in my Gmail. But I totally believe that in the upcoming days, you guys will witness the full anti-gravity effect. I totally promise you that. You will you will actually, like, witness the effect of anti-gravity on this platform, on the Keidium Levity device. I totally promise you that. Because I don't even know, in all the analysis that in all the research that I've done, all the analysis that I've done by myself, I have searched all the internet. I have not seen the same effect as this one, where you can experience a thing which can levitate like almost anything. The stones, we didn't talk about this. The stones, metal, everything, like even a cardboard, even everything is levitated by this powerful. I don't really understand, like, I don't really think that you understand how powerful this thing is. This platform doesn't have the moving parts. It doesn't have anything moving. Maybe you can say that anything else, but everything is stationary. We only use the fields. We only use the ultrasonic sound in the highly charged area. Those are the things. And by using those things, we be able to almost levitate the stones, the aluminum press, uh, everything. This really gives promise to the full anti-gravity effect. I don't even know if you really understand that, because I think in the upcoming days, maybe I'm planning to do even the research on the gravifier tool. I am also sure that I will be able to make that thing also give an improved effect